copyright shit that chuggity check check check.
Checkity check check.
Nor what? How does he do it? Miggity
Miggity miggity.
Oh yeah. All right.
Welcome.
You're tuned into Lyrical Fix Podcast, episode 5.
Yeah.
It's episode 5.
That's right, man.
I ain't got none in my cup. Damn, I left my beer over there. But yeah, let's get right into it.
Yeah, we are your host, Kid Pro.
Yeah.
Sade. Oh, wait.
Val. That's how we're doing it.
What? I was like, once I said my name, I was like, wait, did she just say Kid Pro? Okay, so again, Sade.
Val.
Kid Pro.
There you go.
Lyrical Fix Pod.
All right.
Yo, as always, make sure you're checking us out on Anchor, on Audio Mac, on Spotify, on Apple Music, and we're on motherfucking YouTube. So please be sure to rate us, subscribe, hit that bell for the notifications, give us some positive reviews, all that good stuff. Make sure you keep on checking us out. And when you do that bell thing and notifications, anytime we post new content up, you'll be able to get it immediately and you can check it out. Give us some likes, them comments, get that engagement. Let us know that you rocking with the crew. We 5 episodes deep. We're doing big things, guys. But can you believe it, though? 5 episodes already?
Right. And we just want to appreciate all the people who's been listening, all the people, all the supporters. You guys have been good and amazing.
Listeners. Love y'all. Future guests that are coming up, man. Be prepared. About to have some fun on this shit.
Oh, yeah, we got to start talking about that, bringing a guest on.
Like we said, we just wanted to build up these episodes to get the chemistry right and everything.
Yeah, but we clicked right away. So we're good.
We clicked. I like the chemistry building. Everything we talk about on and off air is always, kind of nonstop. Never a dull moment with us.
Right.
So I've been having a great time. So again, I can't thank you guys enough just for having your boy on.
Of course.
It's been great. But moving on from that, now we got all the mushy stuff out the way. How was your guys' weeks?
Week was very jam-packed, but all in all, I got a new job this week. So
hey,
go ahead, girl.
Yeah.
Bartender. That's what I am. So, I'm a bartender now. What's up? All right. So I'll be hooking you guys up. I work now at Railroad Cafe in East Rutherford, and I work at the other spot. We don't have to mention it, okay?
No.
But yeah, so part-time on each, and so far so good. Looking for a place, but I'm gonna find one this week. So that's what's up. And I did some covers with Sade, my artist manager. Okay, shout out.
Yeah.
And we put that through. Even though I had a lot of things going on, I said I need to do this. I need to kind of put in time. And with her help, I couldn't have done it. So yeah, that was my week. What about Sade's week?
Hell of a week.
Should we get into my week yet?
You want to get into your week right now?
Okay, fine. We'll get into my week. Well, I have several jobs, and I've just quit one of them. Ooh. So that was good. Hey. Thank God. It just wasn't, serving the cause, I guess.
It was slowing you down?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I just lost my breath. Yeah, it did. It was tiring. And then I just wanted something easy. I'm like, all right, I got a job that makes me good money. Like, I just need an extra job just to be like, okay, like 20 hours in and out, nothing extra, nothing like stressful or anything. And it just became too much. It was just like you're expecting, and nothing on the people that I work for or work with. Everybody's dope there, especially my managers over there. Like, they're super dope. It's just expecting too much from me. Bro, let me like ring people up and clock out, call it a day.
They want you to do more.
Yeah. In which there was just certain things where I would tell them like, oh, like I get bored easily. So if another department needs help, I don't mind doing that. Or, like one of my boss mentioned something like the holiday shit. I was like, yeah, like I'll help with that. Like, this and that. But the extra step of like, oh, we like you want me to be more present. No, that's too much. That's where they wanted me, they wanted me there more and to be like full time. And I'm like, and at one point, that's when I realized, damn, I really I have 3 jobs. Where in the sense where I always said like, oh yeah, I have 2 jobs, blah blah blah, like the 2 part-time, and then everything I do, like the podcast, the show, shit like that. It's a job now, and like managing Val and like the things like I work with artists and shit. I'm like, that's damn near a job. and I grouped it together. So I'm like, I have 3 jobs. What the fuck am I doing? And it just wasn't serving the cause. It wasn't, it just wasn't working out. So my last day is coming up soon. Thank the Lord. I got to use my discount, though, before I leave.
Yo, don't forget the discount.
I'm going to miss that shit.
But on for the better, because you're letting something go to gain something at the end.
Yeah.
And that's what matters, for sure.
No, for sure.
You're doing the thing that exactly. Happiness is first, and a lot of people tend to put that in the side burner and say, "Oh, I can't reach that right now. Realistically, I need to keep here."
Yeah, and I feel like we're.
I see you though.
And it was last year is when I stopped being a manager.
Okay.
And I had the thought process. I'm like, you know what? What if I just had 2 part-time jobs? Less, because people will always say, like, so wait, you left 1 full-time job for 2 part-time? That makes no sense. I'm like, no, it makes sense there's more responsibility. There's more, I was gonna say, I can't think of a word right now. You have to be more present when you're a manager, and you're managing. Yeah. You're in charge of people. You're in charge of making sure the place doesn't fucking burn down.
Be more involved.
Yeah, and it was to the point where I would be there and I'd have my fucking notebook and I'm like, with my phone, I'm like, okay, this person just signed up. Oh, this person wants me to review their shit. So shit like that. And it just became where I wasn't there. And I'm like, I can't do this. And also that the last job I was managing, they were overworking me anyway. But that was like, okay, this is where I take the leap. So I took that leap. And I started focusing more on, my 3rd job with the show, the podcast, shit like that. And all of a sudden, meeting Val and managing her, shit like that. Right. So now I'm facing it again. When I'm facing it again, it just reminded me of the whole feeling last year.
Yeah.
Where I'm not taking that major of a leap, quitting that 1 job, because it just reminded me of okay, I'm deeper into it, because I gave myself a year. It was only supposed to be a year me doing this, and then okay, let me get back into management where the money's is, and this and that. And now I'm just like, I'm gonna keep rocking. I talked to my man about it. We're on the same page. We're good. He's like, whatever you want to do, go ahead. So
and it's always good to have that support too.
Yeah,
support is all around you for sure.
That's what it is. All right, some
good
2 good weeks, man. Let me tell you. Mm-hmm. When was our last episode that we filmed?
A little over a week ago.
Yeah. What day was it?
About a week ago.
Right. Okay. So my birthday was the past Monday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So at my job, my coworkers know not to. I don't celebrate.
Not
it's
to
just
fuck with you.
I told them not to do anything for me, because for birthday in the office setting, all they do is they'll just put some balloons on your chair and decorate your desk and all that stuff. So I told them, look, it's just I don't celebrate. I've had bad experiences on my birthday, so I'd rather not. Just no big deal. So I walk in Monday, nothing at my desk. It's all good. I'm chilling. At one point, I go out to take a break with my coworker, and he just brings me out for 10 minutes. We're just talking. I didn't think anything of it. Come back inside. There's balloons. My chair is wrapped in some type of pink celebratory type covering.
My God.
My desk is full of little happy birthday stickers and whatnot, and there's a card from everybody. And my coworker said that this is how she explained it. She's like, yeah, so you walked in and you just had that resting dick face on. That grimace.
Grimace look.
Call back to a recent episode. And you just walked in, and the people that sat next to you said, happy birthday. And you just said, thanks. And you sat down. And when you sat down, that pretty much was like a slap in the face to everybody in the office. And my initial response was, but I didn't ask for that shit. So I went through the rest of the week really grumpy. Didn't want to be. And grumpy I hated myself for it. So by Thursday, because I don't work on Fridays, Thursday was my last day of the week. I ended up apologizing to everybody. I still got the balloons up in my little office. And yeah, it was just, I know to other people it's not a big deal, but for me it's just I'd rather not celebrate. I keep it low key. Mm-hmm. Just how I do my thing over there. And they just did it, and at first I didn't like it, but I got over it. But yeah, I was a complete resting dick face again.
Did they even ask like, did they reason with that?
Well, the thing was, the supervisor that's in there, whatever, like manager or whatever, was like the one that suggested to do it because she felt that I would feel left out if I didn't do it. And my coworker was like, no, he really doesn't want to. It's okay. Trust me. She's like, no, I'll do it. So she did it. Turned out that my coworker was right. I didn't like it at all. I was kind of annoyed, but whatever. I got over it. So I'm saying that to say this. That was a shitty week, at least for me, on Thursday. Right. Friday, I'm like, all right, I'm going to pick it up. Just going to enjoy myself this week. So did a video shoot for my man, K Proetic. His video, Rap, which is a song I'm featured on. So it's my first, like, directorial debut. You know what I mean? I'm filming the video myself, editing with my boy Manny. Shout out to Manny. And after that, one of my childhood friends hits me up. He's like, yo, you're in Newark. Come down to Belleville. It's like 20 minutes away. Let's go hang out. So I'm like, all right, cool. Go drive to his house in Belleville. Get the GPS. I'm on his street. I don't know where his building is. I call him. He's like, I'm like, yo, come out. He comes out. I'm like, where'd I park? He's like, park on my driveway, but you got to come in reverse. Now, I'm on a one-way street, and I'm already parallel parked a couple buildings down. I don't want to reverse because I don't want to just – I'm terrible at that right now. So I'm like, what can I do? And I know as soon as I reverse, some cars are going to come on this one way. So I'm like, man, fuck it. I start doing a K-turn. So I'm now going the wrong way on a one-way.
Oh,
my friend is freaking out because he doesn't want any issues on his in the street right now. And as soon as I make that K-turn to get on the other side, what happens? Boom, 2 cars are coming right at me. He's freaking out because he thinks I'm going to crash or something. So whatever. I make it in. I park in the driveway. All good. We go upstairs. We hang out. Hour and a half passes. We come back outside. As we're coming outside, we just smoked a little bit. And he's joking with me. He's like, yo, they're towing your car. I'm like, yo, stop playing. So I come downstairs. As we're coming downstairs, I look around the corner, and there's an actual car behind my car, like right in front of it in the driveway. So I'm thinking, oh, man, it's a tow truck. And he's joking with me. He's laughing. Come to find out, the only thing that it was the only thing worse than a tow truck. It's a goddamn cop car.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm like, what's going on? I'm freaking out. I'm already a little, under the influence. I'm just like, what's going on right here? So we're in between my car and the cop car. And I need to get gas at this point. So I just asked him, like, yo, how do I get gas? He's like, oh, yeah, just go this way. And we're going to make a left down this block. And, just follow me. I'm like, all right. But I'm talking to him like, yo, what are we going to do right here? What's going on? And then one of the cops says, yo, you guys all right? And my friend's like, yeah, my boy just needs to back out. And they're like, okay. And they back out. So it looks like they weren't checking my car or my plates or whatever. They just were there. It's just very awkward how they happened to be there. So, all right. So I'm in the car. I'm already a little paranoid. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to wait for my boy to pull out, pause, and go down the street and everything. So I'm like, all right. So I see 3 different cars. It's nighttime. 3 different cars pull out. Ooh. I'm like, all right, I follow. I don't know. I realized at that point, I don't know what this nigga's car looks like. So I'm like, I don't know who I'm following down this one way. So I pull out. I see one car that's already like in front of his building. So I'm like, all right, this must be him. I don't know why he stopped, but I just stopped. So 2 minutes pass. I'm like, this must not be his car. So I go around it and I go behind these 2 other cars. And I notice that the cars speed and go off in different directions. Oh, so now I'm alone down this one way, trying to figure out where to get this gas because I'm on E. I'm about to die right now too.
And you little shit.
I call my boy. I'm like, yo, dude, where are you?
It's a little problem.
Yeah, I'm like, where are you? I got a little problem. Like, where are you? And how do I get this gas? He's like, I'm behind you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I thought I was following people. Turns out he's behind me. He hasn't even moved yet. So I'm like, all right, just instruct me. So we get this gas station. I'm on fumes right now, and I'm waiting to get in. And as I get to this gas station, there's this old white lady, dirty face, just covered in mud, and got a towel wrapped around her, and she's just yelling at the fucking cars coming in. And she's going, ah! Just going and shit.
Oh my God.
And it was just really
like fucking
annoying.
Night.
Yeah. And all the while, I'm just, in my head, I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm just having a crazy ass time because that was some shit that I went through before. So that was my Friday night. And then I went out with these guys, got my gas, went out, hung out with some friends, got some food and beers and stuff. And it was a great way to cap off the weekend. Yeah.
Damn.
That was my week in a nutshell. Like so that night with the cops.
And then the night that long lasted longer than it
There was
used
a lot.
to.
Yeah, man.
And this was in Belleville with the bitch in the towel.
Yeah.
Oh,
in Belleville.
Lord. Crazy.
Yeah, cops don't play around here, man. Like, I think I was out with my coworker, and he's a green card already, so I didn't know how much it affects people or other races on the cops. But we were driving. He was driving all of us, and the cop pulled us over for no reason in my town. We were going the speed limit.
Oh no, cops are weird out here.
So he instantly was shaking, and I'm like, bro, are you okay? Like, I just thought of it as a normal routine. Like, it's just the cop. He's just stopping us. But to him, it was like, no. To him, he was afraid because of all the police brutality that's been going on. And I didn't think of that. But it's crazy because he's not from the state. And so for him to be so scared just for a cop, like,
no,
that's
that
crazy.
it's scary as fuck. When the last time I got pulled over and I live in a white town, I shooketh. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I'm about to die. Even Juan, he got pulled. He got a Benz, so he's gotten pulled over, and they were like, and it was before it was when he just moved here from New York, but he still had his New York plates. He had a Jersey license, New York. No. It was even he still had his New York license. So they're just like, what are you doing here? And then, what are you doing with this car? He's like, well, that's my name on the paper I just gave. Like, yeah, shit like that. Oh, so it's... Like that. Yeah, that shit is very real. It's definitely something to be scared about.
I definitely get shook. There was a couple years ago. It was during the World Cup. I had left work early to go catch the game. And I had my vape pen with me. So I'm like, all right, I'll be straight. No smell. I'm good. So I get pulled over. And I'm in a white town as well. So I'm already shook. Guy comes up. He said, license and registration. I'm already a little bit buzzed, trying to get home. Left work early, and I was, I guess, speeding a little bit. So he's like, yeah, you were going a little fast back there. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm just trying to get home. You know, World Cup game's about to start. Left work early. Like, all right, yeah, license and registration. So me being shook, I'm reaching in. I grab it. I'm like, here you go. And I just focus, like, look straight ahead. Not even looking at him. I'm just, like, already nervous as hell because I've got my pen in the lower cabinet, whatever. So I don't want to cause any suspicion. So I just hear him go, are you serious? Like, with a stern voice. And in my head, I'm just like, everything. I'm like, almost shit myself at that point. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I said license registration. I gave this nigga my debit card. I gave this nigga my debit card instead of my license, bro. I was freaking the fuck out. He thought I was being a smart ass. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like, you were trying to pay him.
I was like,
first off, you're trying to pay me.
When he
give me
said,
your fucking debit
serious?
card.
I never heard a cop look at me just say, are you serious?
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
disappointed parent type.
Are you serious? Is the scariest
shit.
Thing.
Oh my God! Because at that I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. I'm like, he's about to get me, out of the car, search, call the dog, canines and shit. I'm like, I'm freaking the fuck out.
Had the worst.
Yeah, and then so I give him that shit. Goes to his car, comes back, gives me a warning, and then he's like, you about to go watch the World Cup? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go catch the game. He's like, all right, yeah, drive safe, go USA. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not even playing today, nigga. Shut the fuck up. And just drove off. Like, fuck you, nigga. But yeah, man.
Thank you for not giving me the ticket, but fuck you, nigga.
But there's, no matter what fucking town, man, let's be real. If you're not white, you getting shit, you're getting bullshit from cops. Like, it's just how it is.
Yeah, shit is. Like, it's reality. And it's scary. And it's been going on for so long. I mean, now that there's more awareness because of social media, but think about how long it's been going on. And
yeah, I actually asked one of my bar regulars now, Lolo. She goes by Lolo. She's been a teacher for 20-something years for Patterson. And I asked her a question because she's African American, and I said, because she was talking about her times and her days, and she lived in the 70s. So I said, I have a question for you. She was like, sure, try me. So I said, since you lived in that time and now living through this era, do you see a difference in prejudice or in racism? She's like, no, there was never a difference. I just feel like social media is a bigger influence. We are just taping it more. We are able to share it more. But I think it's always been the same, including in my time.
Yeah, it's more on display now. Yeah, people are able to like report it like live and be like, yo, look, this woman is not letting us have a barbecue. This woman is just staying that looks suspicious in this parking lot.
Yeah, and I can't even remember names, but like the recording of, I don't think that was a body cam. Well, like a few of them are, but there was ones where the guy was like, I can't breathe. I don't think that was a body cam. Or even a car cam. I think
no, that was an actual guy holding
that was an actual guy just recording.
Cell phone, exactly. That guy apparently went to jail for that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
they got him on that
multiple
one.
years. Like,
Why?
serving.
I
for
can't
filming
remember
that
his
shit.
fucking name though. For
I don't know what
recording
the hell the charge was that they
so
gave
now,
him.
in certain, I never met. Oh, damn, I don't know if I have it
the
saved.
Eric Gardner.
There's certain, Eric.
The dude that filmed it
There's
went to
certain
jail.
states that I don't think it's like U.S. yet. I'm not sure, but there's certain states where it's illegal to record cops. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or I think it is some states. I'm not. I don't remember. I read it somewhere.
I don't know what the charge is or whatever it is. It seems like that's a stupid thing to make illegal because they should be.
We have the freedom. We have our phones. It's our personal use.
Yeah, because that's not how you do the job. You should be able to be filmed just like everybody else when they're doing a bad job.
Because if you think about it, paparazzi is legal and what they do.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, the only thing is that the only
fucking flash a camera.
Exactly. The only thing illegal is if when they touch your when they're on your property.
Private property.
Yeah, if they're on private property, like if they're at literally somebody's house taking, that's, or like even when they're, I think in like hotels or like certain places where celebrities go, it's like, okay, no, like this is private for just for so paparazzi doesn't get on, and when they do get on, that's lawsuit, like that's it, like
so maybe that's what they're calling their duties, private. So you're not allowed to film something,
but you're doing it in public,
right?
Yeah, it's public. I don't see the issue with that, but I'm sure they got some fucking loophole, and they say like, no matter what,
crazy.
It's ridiculous, man. I've had to pull the fast one on cops a couple times. Like there was one time I got pulled over with two of my friends. We were coming home from a house party in Montclair, and the cops over there they don't play around. So they stop us on this winding road, and they say that it smells like marijuana in the car, which is complete bullshit. We didn't smoke. There was nothing on us, but they just wanted to see what's up. And my friends were in the back. They had been drinking, so I'm driving. Everything like that. They asked me, have you drinking? I'm like, no. I've been at this party, relaxing, doing my thing. He's like, all right, I want you to get out and take a test because it smelled like alcohol in there. I'm like, all right. So mind you, this is a winding road, so it's kind of like uneven. He asked me to get out. I got to think quick on my feet because I'm like, I got to do something. So I play like I got a bad back. So I get out the car and I'm just like, sorry, officers, it's been a bad day. I kind of fell earlier, like I got a bad back. Yeah, excuse me. He's like, yeah, whatever. He's like, say the alphabet backwards, starting from W. No problem. Did that shit like it was nothing. He was impressed.
He's
like,
even do that.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, I can't even do that sober.
I'm
right now trying to think about it, and it's just hard.
Sorry, finish your story.
Yeah. So that was all good. No. Yeah, when you think about it, it's pretty easy. Yeah, so he's like, starting from W, go backwards. I'm like, all right, no problem. So whatever.
I keep like W, and then I go right back into it. Like I flow. Like I go forward. I try to go backward, and I end up going forward. WVUTSRQPO Teach me your ways.
KJ.
I've never. We have. Oh, sorry.
H.
Divert real quick. We have.
Now we're going everywhere.
Our boss, real quick. No, it's funny. Our boss, he was telling me how he doesn't drink anymore. I guess he's recovering. I'm not sure. Yeah. And he said when he used to like drink heavily, his older brother taught him this when he was younger, so he carried it into his 20s when he used to drink and shit, that he taught himself how to do it, and he used to time himself. So his brother kind of did it as like, oh, like you should know this, but then he used to do it as like, yo, look what my little brother can do, and he used to do it just quick. And he was like, yeah, so whenever I was like stupid fucked up, that was like definitely the one test I knew I can pass. Because if I get pulled over and they're like, say the alphabet backwards, all right, I'm like, what the fuck? And he did it. I was like, do it right now. We're outside smoking. I was like, do that shit. He's like, don't you have tables? They can wait. Tell me right now. Do it right now. He killed that shit. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, so it's like I knew that because this was a curvy ass winding road. I did the alphabet test. He said, do the straight line. Shit. So the whole time I'm just arguing with this guy every possible point. I'm like, look, this is a winding road. Look, there's no straight line here. This is not even level. Like I'll put a cup down right here. That doesn't, it's unlevel. So he's like, just do it. Like, just come on, just do it. And you can see like he knows I'm right with every fucking thing. So I'm just keep talking to this guy. Like, look, man, my back hurts. I can't really walk a line. I just stepped on a rock. Look at me. I'm going side to side. I'm like, what do you want me to do here, buddy? And he's like, all right, I had enough of you. And he just let us go. Like, to a point where I had to get this guy, like, riled up and just like, all right, man, just get out of here. Like, I had to I've gotten through shit like that with these cops. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you just got to fuck with them.
You do. And it's crazy because one of my friends studied law. And he's like, oh, when cops stop me, because I went to law school, I throw the law at them. You don't want to stop a lawyer or a paralegal. I was like, stop. Word. You sure?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Are you sure I have the right? I'm like,
yeah, I see all
legally.
I see all them videos on Facebook about dudes stopping a cop, like, wrongfully or whatever, and asking all these rights. I'm like, how are you getting by saying this shit?
Yeah.
Like, calling them on their bullshit? Like, I would never, like, even think of doing that shit.
No, I had, I think it was, like, middle school or high school. I know it was, like, it's, like, definitely, like, 10 plus years ago or some shit. I had this teacher, my history teacher. Black guy, he was cool as fuck, and like he used to like let us bullshit and then be like, all right guys, we're gonna start class, but we were talking, I think something recently happened, or I think one of the students probably was talking about like how he got pulled over or some shit, or he was on a car that got pulled over. So he said it, and he was just like, listen, this is a lesson for everybody here. Like, I know, like, we can talk and bullshit, like, you know, amongst, and he was cool, he would curse and everything. He's like, we can talk and bullshit amongst ourselves, but the minute that you get, he was like, it's important. And he's like, I know we always say, like, it was definitely high school, we were talking about, like, college. So, yeah, he's like, you know, college interviews or just job interviews or anything like that, it's also important to learn how to switch it up for cops. He was like, because he was like, and he just shared, he was like, yeah, like a couple weeks ago, he was like, oh, I got pulled over, and the cop tried to be like, are you trying to be a smart ass? Like, why are you talking like that? You trying to be a smart ass? And he's like, talking like what? Like, he just super proper, and he whenever he would like teach class, he would like, that's how he talked. But then he'll switch it up real quick, like he's trying to get our attention. Like, you know, like talk like us, like, you know, slang and not, you know, like I can never say that word right now.
Colloquialisms.
I can't say
colloquialisms.
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay. I just barely said it.
It's better than mine though. But yeah, and then he was like, you know, you gotta talk proper. And I know you guys don't want to hear it and this and that, and like we spoke about it. And I told him like, yeah, like my mom always taught us like there's different ways to talk. Yeah. And she was like, you know, like she taught all of this shit, like the kids, like there's a way to talk around like family and friends. There's also, and then she was like, there's a way to talk around your friends. There's a way to talk around me. Because especially with me, like I could not curse around my mom. Yeah. I was the youngest, so I couldn't do that. It still bugs her out when I curse around her. And she was like, and then there's a way to talk in job interviews and cops. She was like, learn how to switch it up. Learn when. Yeah. Yeah,
you gotta have the customer service voice.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk cops.
Oh, just no, for the and then like it's still like talk anytime like we talk, like I see like the police shit, I think about it. I can't remember his name, but shout out to Hackensack High School. Damn, I know somebody's gonna hit me up. Be like, yeah, I was in that class. That was what's his name. But yeah, he just like I always think about that story where the cop was like, "You trying to be a smartass?" He was like, let me see real quick. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to the car. Like, oh, and then he eventually, the cop just let him go, but just kept fucking with him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what do you mean? This is how I talk. And yeah, it was, yeah.
Jason Peele, right? That's one of the guys that is become a director of
Jason
movies,
Peele,
right?
Get Out.
So Jason Peele, Get Out, and stuff like that. So what I'm going at is that Jason Peele came in charge of the Twilight Zone.
Jordan Peele,
right?
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Jordan. I was like, wait a minute. So sorry about that. So Jordan Peele, yeah, he came out with he's now like the editor the producer, the executive producer of the Twilight Zone. And the second episode, which I started watching, the second episode was based on police brutality, but in a horror way. And it was interesting the way that he did it. It was kind of like the mother of her son and the mother were going on a road trip, and a cop, was doing discrimination against them, saw them in a southern area, I guess, and was following them towards a motel, knocked on their door, and they weren't doing anything. They were completely sober. The cop, as a matter of fact, followed them from their diner to the motel because of their color. And then on top of that, knocked on their door and said, I know you have something on you. And instantly started doing brutality on them. But then when that happened, the mother had this tape recorder or whatever that had like, I guess, some time machine power, so she was able to rewind to the same day and try to prevent her son from being killed by a cop. But she had to relive that every time, and I was like, "Yo,
oh my god, I gotta see this.
You have to see." It was the second episode of the Twilight Zone. I was mind blown. I was like, "Yo, I see the message that you're doing."
I heard that he got. I heard that they were doing it again, Twilight Zone, and he was part of it, but I didn't know.
I guess
it was out. Yeah, it's been out.
Is it a bunch of episodes, or they're doing weekly?
Oh, they did like weekly. I think they're already on season 1, already done at this point, or towards the end.
So you can catch them on Hulu or whatever.
Yeah, Hulu or Netflix or whatever. I actually went on the illegal website to, look at it. But yeah, I saw that. That was interesting. I like the way he writes, period. I think every single movie he's written has something to do with things that as a society or as America, we don't like to see. And he makes us see it.
It's like holding a
but in an entertainment way. And I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, they said that.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. They said something about the Get Out and Us. That there was this whole conspiracy theory that it's Get Out and Us, or like there's a message in both of them that they're connected, and that Us means Get Out U.S. So it's like get out of the States kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or it's like the theories on Jordan Peele, right?
Yeah.
And I remember Peele, that's why. But Jordan Peele's shit is.
Well, yeah, the show is called Key and Peele, so.
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. But you're right. As I heard, well, I mean, that theory is a good theory. I did hear that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the basic sense, like Get Out is mainly about racism, and Us is about classism.
Yeah.
Like if you really watch the movie, like it's really about like an upper class. I haven't seen it yet,
but I heard that, and then it's about facing your own. Like it's about us facing our own. What is it called? I can't think of the word, but like you're looking into a mirror, huh?
Yeah, I make our own truth in a way, like because people, it's like. We all are pretty much the same, but there's still an upper class and a lower class, and there's still some division between those. Doesn't matter what race you are. Like there are very rich white folk and there are very poor white folk, and those rich folk do not fuck with those poor folk, even though they're the same color.
Even through white and black, I still think that Dominicans can be racist as well. Because me, as being half Dominican and Puerto Rican,
well, Spanish people,
Hispanics can be.
Man, no,
Spanish,
absolutely, no, yeah. No, as far as racism, classism, it still goes on, but racism. Absolutely, and that just goes with like colorism. Like in Colombia, same thing. In Colombia, there's all different shades of people, from white, like extremely white, to extremely dark. And you can tell, like the darker ones do not get the respect, just like here in America. Like it's just seen a different way. Like I don't understand it, why it's still going on, but it is something that goes on in pretty much every country. Like this is just how it is right now. Like the colorism shit is bullshit, but
it's that, and it's not going away.
It's not going away.
I'll be real, it's not going away.
Yeah, it's always been there.
It's always, and it's not like, Colombians got that shit, Dominicans. I remember when I was in fucking, even like amongst each other, because Spanish people are a blend of everybody. So then, I mean, actually, there be some chinitos in there too, so a blend of damn near everybody.
Some chinitos.
Shout out to my grandmother's father. No idea who he is, but we found out he was chinito too. But anyway, so
explains.
Yeah. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say already. Oh, no. But like I remember when I was in Puerto Rico and I was working at my uncle's bar. The moment I said, because I'm half Puerto Rican, half Dominican, the moment I said, like, no, he just looked at me like, go. Like, he's like, oh, look, there's somebody wants a beer. And he sent me inside, and then he walked inside. He was like, don't tell anybody that you are Dominican. Shit like that, or fucking, there was this one guy that walked in. Shit, I thought he was Dominican, black as shit too. And I was just like, the fuck are you doing here? My mom told me, and that's when my mom was like, no, like he lives here, like, this and that. We're talking, and even my uncle, who's probably like my complexion, maybe a little darker, was like saw that this Moreno, he walked in, and then he went to go greet the light skinned cop. Well, no, it wasn't even the cop. Because the cop, he like went to go greet the guy behind him, light skin. Right. And I said something to my uncle. I was like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, and then he's like, "This is how it works here." And then he went like, "Oh, mind your fucking business, blah blah blah, whatever." Wild. But I'm looking, and he goes, "Mija, da 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 da," and I'm like, I'm behind the bar. I look at him. I was like, what do you want? ¿Qué quiere? Okay, Budweiser. There you go. I was like, all right, now it's his turn. Like, you don't just cut because, no.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
Man, they loved me in that bar. It's fun times.
Dang, so we got to be aware. We got to be open or keen. And if we're not, then we're just ignorant. And we're choosing not to see it.
Yeah, because a lot of people feel like, ignorance is bliss, so they rather not.
Okay, I was just in my head. I was like, how the hell do we get to this shit? But it started with the police brutality, with the police stories.
Oh, you were trying to trace back?
Yeah, I was trying to trace back. Yeah, I do that a lot. Yeah, because sometimes we can get off the rails. I'm like, we got to come back to where we started. But yeah, everybody definitely has a crazy cop story. I'm sure that we could go a whole episode just about people sharing their craziest cop stories, like the pullover stories.
But we started with each other's weeks, and what we all have in common with this past week is Check It and Open Mic Night.
Yeah.
It was a good show. It was a good show.
Yo, I can't stop saying this enough, but this is truly, and I'm not just saying that because the host is here, but this really is like one of the dopest like open mics / showcases around. Like everybody that comes in here is just like full of positive energy. Everybody supports each other. Like I've collab with so many artists now just off of that place, and like planned collaborations, have gotten together with other people that do like podcasts, other people that do like separate interviews and freestyle series. Like I've gotten together with them. We've networked and gone to other shows together and met up, and that's led to more relationships with more people. Like this place is pretty much a starting point for everything, and I've just met so many talented people. You know what I mean? And like the first thing that when you see in there when you walk in there is you see Droovy rocking out. Shout out to Droovy.
Yeah.
Like just when you see that presence, and then he's just involved in everybody's set, he just brings that extra energy.
And all shout out to Marlon.
And Marlon as well on the bass.
Right.
Like it's just a great vibe, man. Like no other showcase or open mic is doing that. Has that type of energy, has the type of feel. And it's just a dope experience all around, man. The only crazy part is for the past 3 shows, it's fucking rained.
Bruh.
Ridiculous.
I forgot what it was because I was running behind, and by the time I got here, I had already set up early in the day, but like by the time I got here to finish, Marlon had just pulled up. So he's getting his equipment out, and I'm here like hiding like the roof, like, my car and shit, the trunk. And I look over at him. He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Oh, it's fucking raining again." And he started laughing. He's looking up at the air like this. I mean, the sky. He's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "It rained last time." No, he here. He wasn't here last time, but he was like 2 shows ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he wasn't last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have sworn he was. Yeah.
So it was 2 shows ago. He wasn't. He was here. Yeah, that's right. He was here last time, and then he was like, "Oh shit, it did rain last time." I was like, "Yeah," and the show before that. Like third, I was like, this is the third one
I remember
in a row.
Yeah, I did the feature on that one. I remember.
Yeah,
the one. It was crazy.
Yeah, the one you did a feature. Yeah, he was here for that. I now remember.
And then the one after, and then this one. It's crazy. Oh, speaking of feature, shout out to Bronxland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My featured artist for September, y'all. He killed it.
Great dude. Did 3 solid ass tracks. Loved it. 4? Was it 4?
Yeah, it was because Drew got like Droovy. I'm sorry. Droovy got hyped in the moment, and then the track there was no like space in between. So once the one track and the second track ended, it went right next to start playing the next one. Mm-hmm. And Drew was like, "Oh shit!" Like he went to go like pause it, and Bronx turned around. He's like, "Nah, let it rock." So like because know like usually like, y'all would talk in between. Yeah, he was like, "Nah, just let it rock." Right into it.
It's 4 tracks. My bad. Yeah, so he killed it. Loved his energy. The peoples that came with him were dope too. He had the producer Buggy.
Yeah, Buggy,
shout out
Sammy,
to him.
Buggy's beat. This is still September, so Buggy's beat will be the intro and outro.
Shout out to Buggy.
That I forgot to mention. The
Sammy
intro,
as well.
Sammy, videographer, everything, man.
Very dope, man. And it was just a dope vibe. And you had a new photographer and a videographer as well. Yes. You had them trying out. How'd they
do? The videographer. Gerald. He did really good. He was good.
We got the Gap thing.
Yeah, the what?
The Gap.
Oh, no, yeah. She gets hyped anytime she meets somebody with a fucking Gap.
Yeah. I do because
I never know.
I'm sorry, that's
and you know what's funny
is
I don't notice it. I didn't notice it when we met him. When we met him in Jersey City. What is it?
Jersey City.
Was it Newark? No, it was Jersey City. I always think it's Newark, but it was the road was named Newark. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's funny, but it's just this.
Yo, that shit. she told me that because it was like oh yeah, I went up to her and I was like, oh, you know, Gerald's here, whatever. She's like, yeah, I was just talking to him. He has the Gap. I was like, the fuck? I was like,
Gap
he
fam?
does?
Gap gang?
Gap gang.
Gap gang?
Yeah, what's up?
Shout out to all y'all with the gaps, you know what I mean? Doing it big.
Showing it off.
You know what I mean? Showing it off, flaunting it, and letting nothing stop you. I love that's what's up. Never stop. Hey, I see you. Never stop the game.
And then we got the photographer for the show,
Yo,
Adele.
Shout out to her. I don't know what her name was.
Adele.
Homegirl, I've never seen a woman like crouch down so much. Like she was getting all the angles. She was working hard as hell. She was going for that, man.
I met her because she literally just picked up the camera and just started. It's like her hobby.
Yeah.
So I met her at the True Dawns event in Teaneck. And she was, shout out to DJ Covey. She was his, like, that's his, like, photographer.
Okay.
And shit. And, like, you know, like, they're friends. And he's like, yeah, like, she just started. So, you know, whatever, like, give her some opportunity. And I was showing her, like, I was watching her. And I was like, nah, babe, like, you should, like, do this. And I was like, your legs are going to fucking, like, you're going to feel the burn. But you should probably, like, squat and do it. So I was helping her out, getting the angles down. She's dope as fuck. She's a fast learner. So I told her, I was like, listen, like I'm looking for a photographer and for the show, and you don't even have to have, because CJ, my last videographer, which he's taking a break. You know, he'll be back.
Shout out to CJ.
Shout out to CJ. Before he started, I didn't know this. The day of the show, he's looking at me at his first show, and he's like, you know, I don't have much. I'm just like, I don't have much experience doing this. And I look at him like, all right, well, you know, we about to start the show. Like, we gonna rock out.
Yeah, we gonna make this happen.
We'll figure it out. You know, we'll figure it out. Like, fuck it. So
he's got a real distinct style. Every time he films it, like it's nice because it's like you're there on stage with him.
Yeah.
Kind of that, so he's kind of like hovering over you and everything like that.
Yeah,
so no,
he's dope. Yeah. He's really dope.
But yeah, homegirl, like she was working hard for that.
No,
like,
she was. I was proud. I mean, like, and it was funny because the first time I met her, she was actually I was her server. It was a group of them. Kobe walked in like to my job with like a group of motherfuckers, and I'm just like, what you want? All right, like, y'all my fucking age. I ain't gonna try to be nothing. Like, I'm not gonna be nothing different. Like, fuck you guys. Loud as shit too. And then she had her camera out, and then I saw her taking pictures, and I'm just like dodging, like, I'm in my uniform. I'm not trying to be seen right now. So then when I met her, I seen her at the True Dawn ship. I was looking, I'm like, she looked mad familiar. I was like, oh, it's mozzarella sticks. Because that's how, I mean, restaurants, I know people by what they eat and drink. So Kobe starts laughing. He's like, yeah, Adele, blah, blah, blah. So when I took her outside, I was like, oh, come outside with me so I could talk to you about the show. She even looked, she was like, I'm sorry, but where do I know you? I was like, oh, I was your server. I was like, you have mozzarella sticks? Blue LIT. She's like, yeah. I was like, I knew you looked familiar.
Impressive.
No, but she's she's cool as fuck. She is, and she's a fast learner. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, but this show was definitely good energy, good vibes, a lot of good supporters, and I think after we talked about open mic etiquette, a lot of people pretty much got it.
I'm mad. You know, I forgot to bring
what
I'm
saying?
I thought I was joking. I was really gonna bring a shit ton of mints and lamb on the bar. Like, pick a flavor: peppermint, spearmint, cinnamon.
Very true.
And
encourage more face-to-face interaction.
But it wasn't that bad, though.
I mean, the blunt breath is real. I made sure I had clean socks. I had mints in my pocket.
I forgot to check out people's socks. I didn't even think about that.
I had the jeans over them, but still, like, I made sure they was fresh. You know what I mean? I don't want like a shoe to fly off and all of a sudden it's like instant foot odor.
Oh shit!
God forbid. You know what I mean?
It's rough. And we had a lot of regulars this show. I mean, Bronxland, he's not a regular, but he's been in the show before, so it was cool to have him back and like check out. I was like, how do you like this one? Because he's the venue that he was in before. That was maybe my second venue I was in, and it was nicer. It was a lot nicer, but it wasn't like as big. It was more like intimate. And he was like, no, I like this. I like how you got it, blah blah blah. And then you know, me and him are gonna probably be working on something soon. But he was just like, damn. Like, he was like, what was it? Somebody was telling me like you were just saying like, oh, how Bronxland has like grown. And then he was like, but imagine how Bronxland's seeing you and you're, you know, like everything you're doing, he's probably thinking the same, like, oh, she's grown, like she's like, you know, come a long way too. But it was dope, and we had 2 new people, Conscious and Motto.
Yeah. For bringing the real. BringTheReal.com.
That was dope. That was super dope.
Yeah. Right. But I appreciated him. I think before he performed, I was talking to him. I was talking him up with a couple people from the show, and he overheard me. But he also was like, yo, you need to stop because you can sing too. And I was like,
Yeah. I had, you know, I was very... what was it? Because I just had that moment, and even Guest pointed out earlier, he was like, the way you were just staring at Val, and I'm like, it was a proud mom moment. It really was. I was just like, girl, and then
I
was like,
you guys, love the
proud.
Support.
Fucking killed it.
I appreciate you both.
Even when, it was really dope. I liked it.
Even our girl Joy.
Joy was getting her dance moves on. She was killing it.
No, she was. And then it was funny because one of our regulars from the bar, he pointed it out, and he whispered in my ear about it too, because I'm sitting there for Bronxland's event, like for his performance, I just sat there like right in front, and I'm watching, because usually like I'm running around, and I'm like, nah, I want to see this, because I haven't seen him perform since, you know, a year ago. A year and some change. So I'm just sitting there watching. Actually, damn, it's been almost 2 years. Sorry. Anyway. So I'm just sitting there watching, and then I hear something like, hey, like behind me. And I kind of look, and I'm about to be like, shut the fuck up. But I look, and my peripheral, I see Joy kind of like moving around. I didn't even know what the fuck she was doing. I just do this.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah,
come
that was
on.
a good moment. Yeah.
And, and then our regular from our job, he was like, that was good. He's like, yo, he was like, that was smooth as fuck. You didn't even completely turn around. He's like, that was dope as fuck. You knew what she was doing. You knew you had to put her in there. And I talked to Joy and Broxton, like, I think he reached out and was like, oh, like, thank you for, you know, fucking, like, joining my set. Because she's like, I apologize if I ruined it. He was like, no, like, you didn't, yeah.
Right. No, she needs to.
And she added, especially for that song.
Yeah, no,
because it was a girl song, yeah. You know, you're trying to mack it.
She did a thing.
So it was good.
It was the song Mine, right?
Yeah.
Baby girl, you know, my mind.
There you go. See, yeah.
I remember.
It was a good one.
Right.
It was really good. I like that.
Yeah, if you remember Joy from last week, she was the one that said water. Really crazy. Like, water.
And got really mad about the Michael Jackson.
And she got really bad about MJ.
Yeah.
But on to current events.
Is that what we're
going on?
We're going on.
Yes. It was harsh
segue.
That was a harsh segue.
I mean, since we're going to break, you guys want to take a break?
We might as well take a break right now.
Yeah.
And we're just going to announce it because we had that harsh segue. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
thanks
a lot, Val.
No, you're
seriously. And we're back.
There you go. All right, what's on the docket? What are we gonna talk about?
Oh man, it's been a semi kind of slow week.
Yeah.
Like some
events here and there.
Yeah, but since we are recording on Monday, a bunch of stuff came up today. One of the most, I guess, the biggest thing, I guess you could say, is Kanye announced a new album.
Yeah.
For September 27th. That's a Friday, so 2 Fridays from now. It's gonna be called Jesus is King.
Yeah, Jesus is King.
Jesus is King.
And that's the formerly M.A.A.d that he talked about before.
Right. No word on features or any producers or any type of crazy stuff going on like that as far as I know. Did you hear anything? It's just an announcement he made, right? Over the weekend?
Yeah, because he's talked about it for a long time. And I know, like, I think it was Chance that was like, yeah, Yandi's coming. I think Push said something, too, about it. But, yeah, it's formerly Yandi. Yandi. But, yeah, that's coming out. And it's crazy. It's a couple weeks. I mean, he's been talking about it for a minute, though.
Well, look, man, if it's anything like the last one, count me out. That's all I'm going to say. I wasn't a huge fan of the last one. It just...
The last joint, I liked it.
You're talking about the one that he was
the Wyoming.
Yeah,
joint.
yeah. The lift yourself up on your feet.
Look, there was like that one song.
That one?
What? That Scoopity Poop.
Yeah. The lift yourself up.
I don't know if that specific one was on the album. That was like a teaser.
Yeah,
that was on it.
Yeah,
on Ye.
No, that wasn't on Ye.
Yeah, that was. That was in the Whoop Diddy Scoop. Remember, she was like, 1, 2, 3. You don't know the troubles of today. You
know,
but
the Scoopity Scoop thing, I don't remember that. Was that on Ye?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that was on Ye.
No, that one wasn't on Ye. He did like a little like Scoopity thing on Push on his album.
Right.
But
you sure
it wasn't
on Ye?
No, it wasn't.
It was a song he released earlier that year.
I don't think so.
I thought it was on the Bipolar one.
The Bipolar is Ye.
Yeah.
So we all got 3 different names. I call it the Wyoming shit. You called it its actual name, and you said the bipolar shit.
Well, no, that one, yeah, I'm telling you, like if you play it, it's gonna start with that.
No, it doesn't.
What does it start with?
We don't want this episode taken down, but it starts with this. I love this song too. I was living in that nasty ass cake.
There was a cake that was left here overnight.
No, we're not. No, it was not. No,
it was not our cake.
Well, it wasn't ours.
But at the end of the day,
I did leave that flan here, by the way.
Damn. Why would you eat a cake that was left out overnight?
So Ye, we're not gonna hear it. Probably not gonna hear it on the audio. I know this album. I have a lyric. I have a bar tatted on my chest from it.
From this album?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that one is not. This is the song. So that song is about
yourself,
him.
The one with the scoop diddy scoop.
It's not on the album.
Is in
Push It. It's not on Ye.
No, it's he raps like a small rap.
Yeah.
Line
okay, so that was just like a little.
This was
teaser.
like a teaser, like a single he released earlier in the year.
He did that because I think
like
somebody. Yeah, it was a Lucy. Somebody had made a comment about shit. He did that just to be like it was like a joke. He literally put that out as like
a lot of people
rappers
were like,
just
what,
rap.
What was this? You know, at the time.
He did that in a way of like
it was a troll.
Yeah, it was a troll.
That's
what
it
is. I couldn't think of the word.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, that was definitely a troll. He did a little bit on Daytona. It was like a little part of it, and I'm just like, damn. Like anytime like I play that song, I gotta pull it up because I can't remember right now.
What Would Meek Do?
What Would Meek Do? That's when he did a little Scoopity Scoops thing.
Scoopity.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
I didn't like
what I'm expecting from this new album is I'm expecting like a Jesus Walks kind of thing in this kind of perspective, or probably something closely related to that. From what it seems like, a lot of choral choirs included in that, and I think a lot of people like in the gospel industry are gonna love it. I think a lot of Christians are gonna love with it, vibe with it. Do I think it's gonna be? I think there's gonna be possibly a feature with Chance, we could say. Because Chance also has some kind of influence on that. Yeah, no,
Chance said that he worked on this album with him.
Exactly. So there you go. So there could be a lot of Chance influence on there. So, which is not a bad thing, because regardless, both of them two combined were like icing on the cake, to be honest, because that's what, you know. And Kanye's most, prodigy. He ain't saw me, but he proud of me. That's what he quoted, right?
Right.
So,
yeah, because he saw Ye as like his mentor. Mm-hmm. In a way, yeah. No, but this one, okay, so we're gonna talk about Ye. I liked Ye. I fucked with Ye. Out of that Good Summer collection, no, I did not. Out of his entire discography, no, I did not. But for what it is, I liked it because it was the first song. Like, I thought about killing you. I'm sorry, but that's my shit.
Right.
That's my shit. And yeah, there's a couple misses on there. But I just think it spoke to it, like the commentary on it. Like it spoke to like a general, like, I mean, not general, but what he was going through, and
right. And
me knowing bipolar, like I know that. So I know, like, and it makes so much more sense. He's saying like, oh, I'm bipolar, like, like all the highs and the lows and shit. And it really spoke to me. And not that. Yeah, and it really spoke to my sister, who was like heavily connected. And when I wrote a review on it, audiofixstation.com, you can catch it. When I wrote the review, she read it and she was like, I thought you liked it. Because I wrote a review I was not that I was on the fence. I liked the album, but it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't like that's my favorite Kanye joint. Like, no, like I know my favorite Kanye joints. It's not on the list for me, but I think it was still solid. I mean, it's just because when people didn't accept it well, because everything he was doing surrounding that album, which I talked about in the review, like, for a second, like, I even questioned my thing is with music, like, I separate it. I don't give a fuck what you do as an artist, and as long as you're not, you know, raping and killing, like, I don't really care. Like, your views are your views, as long as you put out good music. And that's how I always felt. And Kanye's always been controversial. And it was like, but for that, like, that time with the m.A.A.d hat, and, you know, all that shit, it did fuck with me. It was just like, so I was one of those where I can see where that influenced people's perception of the album. Where it's like, how the fuck can I, like, there are people who didn't listen to it because of that. There are people who listened to it and, like, kind of wrote it off completely because that's still in the back of their mind, like, all the shit he was doing. Because I tried to write a biased review, but it was kind of like, cool, like, I get it as a Kanye fan. Like, it's hard to be, this is the rough time to be a Kanye fan.
Right.
So I'm just hoping for the best for Yandhi. Yeah. Oh, not Yandhi. Jesus is King.
Jesus is King, yeah. I mean, with me, like, I'm just, end of the day, I'm a Kanye fan. His last album, I'm glad we had a differing opinion on this. It's just like, just something I couldn't just vibe with at the time. I might have to give it another listen and see how I feel. But because this guy has done so much to change the landscape of the hip hop culture in the past, like, 10, 15 years, like, I'm going to listen to the album. I'm going to give it a good listen. Of course, I'm going to critique it as a fan, because I'm as a Kanye fan, and critique it as an MC. But it's like, he's earned that respect to, like, where you're going to check him out because he does so much. He's still a big part of the culture. He's made a lot of trends. Like, he's created new styles, new flows. Like, you always got to respect someone like that. Even if you don't think he's a top 10 MC, he's definitely, like, top 10 overall artist. Right. Like, and maybe even in music in general. Like, he's just one of those dudes that is just, like, can change the game. Right. And he's, like, especially in hip-hop, like, he brought in a whole new sound of dudes. Like, he's one of the main reasons Drake's sound kind of made it in. Like, you know, with the whole 808s and Heartbreak thing, like, that was a big influence for Drake. Like, it was obvious in his first mixtape, he was rapping off one of the Kanye beats on 808s and Heartbreak. So he kicked open the door for a lot of shit, especially, like, making it cool to be a backpacker again. You know, like, he introduced that when early 2000s, everybody was doing the G-Unit gangster route, trying to be the hardest on record. Here comes a dude in a pink polo with a backpack, you know, talking about his feelings and talking about, you know, being in a car accident, talking about his mom, you know, talking about being a college dropout. Like, you know, he's done so much for the game in the past generation, or past, like, decade. You know, and he's going to be among the greats. So, you know, he's growing. It's different music now. I'm still going to check it out, though. I'm just hoping that he just brings some resemblance of, not the old Ye. Like, obviously, if you want the old Ye, go listen to old Ye. But I got to hear the motherfucker at least try. You know, like, I understand what he's doing now, and with the Ye album, I understand what he was going through, but I want to see, like, some type of, maybe this is just me being the MC, but, like, I got to see that hunger again. Like, there's just, it doesn't feel like it's there. It's just coming in a different sense. Maybe it's just because of what he's going through in life, and that's just, we're not going to ever get that late registration type of flow or deal. It's just going to be something different.
Yeah, college dropout,
But I just got to feel something that feels like it was made in something less than a week.
Like the passion.
Like some passion to it.
Yeah.
And not just putting it out for whatever. You know, like, I got to hear some type of passion that I heard in the beginning. And maybe it's different when you're rich and you've proved yourself and you don't have to go that hard anymore.
Right, because like, the hunger is different.
So what, is there hunger there? Or is, like, what's really the reason?
The thing is with Ye, it sounded like... Huh?
That's a long explanation.
No, with Ye, it was more... It sounded like apologetic, where he's just like, he went from, this is who I am, I'm bipolar, like, I'm a fucking superhero, shit like that, and then it was almost apologetic, and then the song, like the one that you were playing last, that's his song to Kim.
The song, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, he's apologizing for his actions.
You know, like, he doesn't want to leave. You know, so it's like pretty.
No,
cool.
He's like, I don't want you to leave me, kind of thing. Yeah, it's one of those.
She's like, I told her, she had to leave me now, but she wouldn't leave, something like that, right?
Because it said like, I think she in the song pretty much like, she kind of like
couldn't breathe. She told her she could leave me now, but she wouldn't leave.
Right.
So it's kind of like
he gave her the option.
But she's like, no, I'm gonna stay. I don't feel like she's mine enough. Yeah. You know, he's feel like he's slipping away. So the lyrics are really good on that. So I just feel like I like it. I feel like it's something that every guy can relate to, especially if they're confused or conflicted or whatever.
Yeah, but sure. Yay in general.
That's a different.
I just feel like it's not gonna be. I don't think that Jesus is King is gonna be yay. No. I think it's gonna be a step above. Sorry, I just got distracted as fuck. A step. It'll be maybe a step up from it. Maybe a little bit closer. Yeah, go ahead. It'll be a little closer to what, he did. Just grab the cup. Oh, where'd they put the cups at?
Oh, they moved
the cup is, you gotta go around.
Where?
Go. Oh, okay. Or that with the wires. Go around. We're gonna still keep this. I'm not editing this out. Right there. Bam. Cup. There you go. What was I saying now? Oh yeah, but I don't think Jesus is King is gonna be another Yay, and that's the fucked up thing. And another thing about Yay is that he fucking about the album is that he changed it because of all the shit that was going on. He felt the need to address it, so he changed it, and that's why it felt so last minute. I mean, that's what why it sounded so last minute.
Okay.
Because he was working on it for a long time, but he kept changing it. And it's like, how do we know what it was before? Maybe we would have liked. I remember hearing people like, I probably would have, like, maybe I would have liked before all the changes. Why was it necessary to change?
I don't know. Like when it comes down to back to Kanye's album, Life of Pablo, when he did Wolves, when I heard Chance the Rapper's version, I loved it and digged with it a lot more. Like, because Chance the Rapper sent him his written.
Was that Frank Ocean?
No, it was Chance. I was there I saw the interview and for copyright reasons they have it up still, the interview, but it's completely muted for copyright reasons.
What am I thinking about with Frank?
And he had an interview one-on-one with Chance the Rapper, and he showed him, he was like, yeah, so I sent this to Kanye, and then Kanye basically took out the choir, took out this, stripped it down, and basically put Chris Brown on it, of course, and added his influence on it, which was good. Right. It was great, but
it wasn't Wolves though. It was something else because Frank Ocean is Wolves.
Yeah.
Because at the next one, Frank's track is him singing, is him
so the track
his recording. It's another one though.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, wait, which one?
It's the one where he goes, "Sun don't shine in the shade, even when the body go away." Hey.
That's not Wolves.
Yeah.
Shit, which one is that? Chance, let me see, which one is it? He worked on Famous and Waves, I think.
Yeah, Waves, that's what it was. When he was like
the one with the Chris Brown wave.
When he did he had to go in the middle of that. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm with it. Like, what happened? I was like, oh, I'm Jesus, so girl. Look at me getting so excited. But at the end of the day, he should have kept the choir.
Should I edit that
out? No.
He should have. He
banged the shit out your knee.
I didn't even. It didn't even hurt, guys.
Oh, snort.
Oh, shut up. No, but I went away from the mic to do the snort. I was like, I felt it coming.
But yeah, like I just felt like he could have kept that. But regardless, I appreciated both versions. But yeah, like I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff about Kanye that we can also say that he can get tracks or influences or things from other producers, gets a payout or whatever, which is a benefit. And at the end of the day can strip it down to his way and his ear. I think he has a very good ear. I think
he has a good ear. He does.
On the Sunday services too, like he's been killing it with. He stripped down a lot of choral gospel music. And stripped it down and put it in his music.
A lot of people find that. A lot of people don't like that though.
Right. Some people don't.
Because it's not that. It's not that they don't like the way it sounds. They don't like it because they see like, oh, you're trying to get us back. You're using gospel music. You're trying to use God, and you're trying to get us back onto your side. That's how they see that shit. I mean, it's still beautiful either way, whatever he's doing.
All right, so
but it's solo. Yeah.
So then with the album, I guess we can all agree that we're pretty excited for it. We're gonna check it out.
For Jesus is King,
Jesus King, yeah.
I think, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna check it out no matter what.
I'm gonna check it out no matter what. I mean,
but definitely. Speaking of good music, and this is a while ago, like. what is it? The end of August, they put out Beats One tweeted out Pusha T's album Facts dropping this year. Currently 9 tracks complete, produced by Kanye. Coming Home featuring that was right after Coming Home came out with Lauryn Hill.
Right.
So yeah,
What's
and
the album's called what?
Huh?
What's the album called?
And no name.
Oh, there's no name.
Unless it's out and I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was right after he had dropped. It was like the same day or that week that he had dropped Coming Home. No, wait. Yeah, Coming Home.
Okay.
So maybe, yeah, and like we were talking about before,
I'm ready for
that there was a good summer. Maybe it'll be like a, good music fall, winter. Good autumn. Because if Kanye's dropping something, and because the pattern as was last time, he was the first. No, he wasn't the first. Was he?
What, that dropped on the Good Summer?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember right now. No, he was like the third. He was in the middle.
Tiana Taylor.
No, shit.
Did she not drop first?
No.
I'm probably wrong about that.
No,
she was one of the drops though.
I mean, they'll probably mess around with the whole thing, because if you think about it, Common did drop, because it was the last time Designer dropped something, and it was a few months before like the Good Summer thing started, and it's like, oh, okay, well technically if it's not good music drops back to back, Designer did just drop something. So, and everybody tend to forget that Designer is good music. And just like Common dropped something a couple weeks ago, it's like, okay, so you're just gearing up.
I forgot Dude was on Good Music. That's right.
Designer?
Yeah. Forgot about that.
So, yeah, because he had dropped something, I think, that December or January. Right. And then they started in June with the whole Drake bullshit. And that was when that was right after or during, it was right after the whole beef with Push and Drake.
Right.
Yeah. And then speaking of fucking Drake walking around that the sweater that says, what was it? Yay. Let me see real quick. Which also, and the sweater that he's been rocking, Ye must be born again. It could be there are fans talking about like, oh, maybe like he got like he's gearing up for a Kanye diss, or I mean, if he's dropping an album and Drake's walking around in a fucking Ye hoodie, what if he's on the album?
Yeah, what if there's like some reconciliation?
Yeah, and he was on Pablo, so
right,
that would be interesting too.
I mean, I don't know what the hell the story is behind the beef with these guys. Is it something serious? Is it something involving Kim? Like, what's the story?
Somebody alluded that it was something with Kim.
What, that Drake might have slept with Kim in the past or some shit?
Right. I think so.
Or something like that. All right.
But, I mean,
I know they're just taking shots at each other. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe trolling, maybe attention. Again, like we said.
Possibly.
How do you think he's going after? I don't know, man.
And then Wale's dropping. He announced his new album. Wow, that's crazy.
Okay.
And he's dropping October 11th.
October 11th. Always down for Wale, fellow Virgo. Always down for some good shit.
Oh God.
Are we doing this?
Virgos.
Oh wait, hold on.
Are we doing a hard?
Wait. No, we did. We completely
week.
Forgot. We did say we were gonna talk about eventful. Okay, but real quick.
Yeah,
real quick. So yeah, Wale.
Yeah, no.
While he's so fucking underrated, but at the same time he doesn't help. And it's all it's like we talked about the last episode with like the image last few talking about the artist image, and he's always tried to he's always been the one like, nah, I'm gonna be myself. But then you're also gonna turn around and be an asshole to people,
right.
So that's that. Yeah, I think he was he actually tweeted this girl that I went to high school with. And this is social media, but she could take a screenshot, and that's what she did. She took a screenshot and then posted it look what this motherfucker had to say to me. Mm-hmm. And I forgot what it was, but it was harmless. It was stupid. And he replied back to her on some crazy shit. And it's really, that's what we doing. And that was years ago. So I mean, I've been rocking with Wale since 08, 09.
Yeah.
I've been rocking with him since he did the major load is far back.
That was what year was that? 10? It was 2010.
Fun fact about Wale. He's
album about nothing, more about nothing. Those Seinfeld skits were my shit. Yeah. But I'm hoping the best. I really am. And like his perception, sure. Like the perception of him.
I definitely took a listen to a couple of the current and the recent releases that came out, and I'm pretty
On Chill is super fucking
impressed on what I've heard. I think on for the most part. Right now, I heard the Childish Major album, and I think on the third track or on one track, I felt that he did trap music mixed with jazz, and I love jazz, so I felt like that was different and cool. I don't know, I haven't heard that. Sir gives me like R&B and soul vibes a lot, more than, and it mixes with hip hop, but more this was like hip hop and trap, so I was like pretty vibing with that. Post Malone's album as well.
I was like, where are we going with this? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you okay. I was mad lost.
Right.
I thought it was okay, never mind, keep going.
Yeah, so Post Malone's album was also pretty good as well. So I took a listen to that, and I think my intake on that, there's a lot of good albums. I think he also had the Sunflower one that he dropped earlier on that as well, which we already all knew and we were familiar with, that was good. But there was also some tracks there that I felt that had, a sense of betrayal, friendship betrayal, life and stuff like that. No,
it's definitely, for Post Malone's joint, Hollywood's Bleeding, that one, it's the theme, like the whole concept of the album. Yeah, it's more about heartbreak, but then I also think it's speaking on the whole heartbreak of like Hollywood, where you want it to be famous, and now you see what it is. Now you see what Hollywood, what it's what it really is and shit, and fucking
right. That's what I got.
And it's like, he's talking like the first listen, I'm like, oh, heartbreak, like you fucking heartbroken ass bitch, like you just talking about some girl, and then like, oh, okay, and maybe because for me, it clicked because, my theory of it clicked because, Hollywood's bleeding. Yeah. And, he was talking about it here and there, but I felt like he was talking about mostly, like, a girl. But then I thought about Common, how, I used to love her. So I was like, oh, maybe it's something like that. My favorite track is the Travis and Ozzy Osbourne one.
I took a little listen to that.
Damn, I can't think of it. That one was fucking fire. I just like how he morphed together, like, it's not the first time anybody's did it, rock and hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, the guitar solo on that track just alone. I was just like,
right. But I also like his voice. I think his singing voice is pretty good. I think it's really good. I don't know. I think really, I like it. I think he can control and put that really good. And I don't think a lot of people give him credit because he hits high notes for a guy who raps.
Yeah.
Like, No, that's not easy to say. I think it's not easy to do that.
Don't get me started. All right.
And the fact that he can do that is pretty interesting. So I give him credit for that. I'm like, I see you, a little tenor.
Nah, he's definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely matured. Now on his third album, like the last one had a bunch of joints on it, sold pretty well. This went out the gate, sold well as well. So, he's continuing to get into his bag and like just make dope music. So album was pretty solid, man.
Yeah,
didn't not
Earth
really
Gang shit was
not
good
any
too.
skips. Earth Gang as well, very dope. That's expected. I mean, these guys are like new age outcasts.
It was their third project. Very new age outcast, like a little trappy.
I compare him to other people, but
and it's weird. I know. And I was thinking about it. Like I thought of. And we can also segue into Andre's news, but. It's like a mix of I thought of Andre real quick, and I'm like, oh, this was like trappy Andre, like a little trappy 3K and shit, and then and it's just, but it's super lyrical, because when people think trap, it's like, it's either mumble like or some words here and there, but nothing of what is it called, like content, but they just. Every word, I was driving, listening to Earth Gang, and I'm like Mirrorland, and I had to stop because I'm like, all right, this is too much going on. It's way too much. Like, I'm trying to listen and drive at the same time. I'm like, you got mad fucking words you spitting at me right now. So I had to stop it. I had to stop for a second to listen to that, but it was dope. It really was. Talking about Andre, He did drop some shit.
No, I was gonna.
Well, he didn't drop. Sorry,
I was gonna say something on the Earth Gang album. I think it was very soulful and funky and bluesy, with also rap. That's what I got from it. The influences, because he also had trumpets and different instruments influenced in each track. So it was like there were times where the transitions just kind of came into play, and then it threw you into this vocal backup, and there's different vocals in the backup, and he's rapping in between that, and I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Which is also something that's Kendrick and a lot of people have been trying to do. So I just feel like that's pretty good. So yeah, I just want to say that. But yeah, go ahead.
No, you're
no, you're good. Andre says reportedly working on new music with Dr. Dre.
Oh, crazy.
So yeah, rappers cannot fucking retire for shit. Yeah, exactly. Proves my fucking point.
Yo. In however shape, way, form that Andre wants to come back, I'm all for it. You know, especially if it's Dre. You know, the combination, I'm just thinking, like, can't even begin to think of what it's going to sound like.
No.
You know, but I know it's going to be something, like, massive. Whether it's an EP or album, whatever it is they're doing, man, just a couple songs. Even if it's just one song or freestyle.
Right.
Like, I'm all for this shit, man. Like, 3 Stacks is definitely needed in the rap game. I'm sure he can drop a fire-ass project, whether he's singing, rapping, whatever it is. I'm definitely listening to that.
Yeah, I just hope it's, like, true. And instead of, like, oh, no, like, it wasn't, like, no. Like, I'm not really working with Dre. Like, I'm working on Anderson .Paak, I think, is still under Dre. So be like, oh, no, I was just working with... Because technically he did work on... the last joint. Which one?
Ventura.
Yeah. So he was Dre. I mean, yeah. I'm saying Dre. Andre. Andre was on that shit.
3 Stacks.
3 Stacks. Yeah.
I love that song. Anyways.
But yeah. Andre was on that shit, and then it could have been just something like that, like, oh, we were just chopping it up, or yeah, we were just talking about music and joking around, talked about working on, you know, something like that. Where I hope it's something true and not like, oh, we were just bullshitting.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
We shall see.
Fair enough. Does that conclude our album talk?
Yeah. Just today though, Kendrick Lamar's "Good Kid, M.A.A.d City" broke Eminem's Billboard record.
For most
being the longest. Weeks. Yeah, being the longest 200. On the track. Yeah, I mean on the chart.
This is Damn.
No, Good Kid, M.A.A.d City.
Yeah, you just said that. No, that's what's up. Hey. Congrats to Kendrick, man.
That one is
congratulations to my
It's a great fucking album. Can't deny everything that's on there.
Shalom out there, you feel me?
You can't.
We out here, brother. But at the end of the day,
you can't deny the impact that Good Kid, M.A.A.d City had on hip hop and just music in general, man. So many joints on that. Even like what the ones that aren't even mentioned, like "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst." Like joint like that, to even like the singles like Swimming Pools.
Art of Peer Pressure is my shit.
There you go. Yeah.
Or the Real. Is that the one?
Real. Was it the Real?
No, it's Real something. With
my favorite
that girl
album
singing.
is To Pimp a Butterfly by him.
I'm Real.
I
think I'm Real. That's on Good Kid, M.A.A.d City.
To Pimp a Butterfly is when he came out with "We Gon' Be Alright."
Yeah.
And he came out with
that was right after.
Dick Ain't Free.
Yeah. That was after.
That was after A Good Kid, M.A.A.d City. Yeah, man.
I can't believe it's been on the charts that fucking long. It's crazy. I mean, it's Kendrick.
Yeah, that was the one that ever broke history. That was the one that got him on everything. That was the one that got him 11 nominees.
Yeah, because
Section
8.0.
It's crazy.
Was that the one? That was his first.
Yeah.
That one. I mean, like the Pussy and Patron. That was my first track of Kendrick I've ever heard. Pussy and Patron.
Pussy and Patron.
That was a good one. That was a funny one.
That one sounds like Pussy and Patron.
Well, that's kind of how he did it. That was kind of really? That's funny. Yeah.
That gives me Samino vibes.
That was the first track I heard in high school. It was like senior year. That was the first time I ever heard Kendrick. I was like, oh, this shit is lit. And then Good Kid, M.A.A.d City. I was like, he's one of those. I fucks with him because I thought he was just like, some like, you know, not trap, but like one of those like West Coast rappers that it was kind of like about having a good time and shit like that. And I'm like, oh no, you're a conscious rapper. Okay, I fucks with you.
Yeah, first time I heard him was actually on an Ab-Soul track. I was on Two Dope Boys.
Oh yeah,
and
Ab-Soul, him and Ab-Soul,
Him and Ab-Soul, and there was a track Moscato off of Ab-Soul shit. So I played that, and then that's the first time I heard Kendrick, and then from there, just checked everything else out.
Yes, became a fan. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't know that he did.
Section 80
poetry in high school. He did jazz ensemble. And stuff like that, and that explains a lot of his musical influences in hip hop, like, and that's why he got on the Rockefeller Hall of Fame, and he was the first hip hop artist to be on that.
Who?
Kendrick.
Wait, on what?
On what?
On the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No.
It was one of those things.
No, he won a Pulitzer
Prize. He wouldn't pull that
Yeah.
off. It wasn't that, or even the songwriter shit.
So
Songwriter,
everybody
that
was
Jay-Z.
pissed off because of that, because it was like, you don't even do rock, or you don't do rock and roll.
No, but that wasn't
different artist you're talking about.
Yeah, you're not talking about Kendrick. You're talking about somebody else.
Who's that?
I don't know, but it wasn't Kendrick.
You sure?
Kendrick he's not new.
No,
He's not new to the game, but he's still not old.
Kendrick's not.
To Pimp a Butterfly album, he was nominated for something of a rock award. I'm telling you, and he was gonna receive that prize, and everybody was so upset, and it was on to the Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, you said award?
Yeah.
Okay, no, you're saying the Rock Hall of Fame. I'm like, no, there's a hip hop artist, but I can't remember.
So regardless of the point, as he was receiving it, everybody was like, listen, I know it's not a rock tune. I know it's not rock and roll, but
but that was Damn.
At the end of the
that was no. Go ahead. Yeah.
What? Okay, but he was like saying that at the end of the day, it's a drum, it's a beat, and at the end of the day, it goes by the rhythm and music, and that's what matters. And the fact that they could have put him on that and recognized him as such as that, it was pretty, like, you know.
So it was I'm mad I had to look this up because I wrote about this. I wrote about this. It's a Pulitzer Prize, and it was Damn.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, but the Pulitzer Prize usually goes for like it just says something about like Bob Dylan and fucking like Coltrane and shit like that. So that's there was some heat about it, like that's my way, because he was the first hip hop album to be, to get a Pulitzer Prize. But yeah, it was for Damn. Damn was a really good one.
Okay, so
yeah, Rock Hall of Fame. That was 2 generations before him. There was somebody, or maybe I can't remember right now who's on there. Damn,
who was it?
And keep moving, huh?
I'm
not looking it up. We already passed this. We're gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
No, we can keep moving.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving.
There's something we can definitely move on to.
Right, definitely.
No, yeah, let's get into it.
Go ahead.
Does that conclude our?
No, yeah, I don't think there's any
breakdown
for the
week. Right, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's just address the elephant in the room.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Virgo. All right?
He's been waiting for this.
I'm a Virgo. My birthday just passed, September 9th. I'm a Virgo. Apparently, it's come to my attention that certain people in this podcast don't appreciate a Virgo. So I'd like to get it out there right now. Val.
Oh, gosh.
Let's hear about this. What's up with your hate for Virgos?
So I just feel like Virgos are very organized, and very in control of situations. That they can be very selfish, and as long as they have that goal or that plan and their path and how they want it, it will be okay. But if something does not go according to their plan and it's not organized in their planner and their schedule, I don't know, it's not something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So are you trying to say like control freak?
Maybe sometimes some of them are, and most Virgos are known to be that, and are known to be a little bit like self-aware to a point where they're really confident. They give off confidency, but like at the same time internally, like they're not like that. Okay. Some of them have internal battles, whether that's commitment or whatever issues, or maybe they fall into the same pattern. I don't know. But regardless, everyone is different. But all I'm saying is that Virgos in particular, just, I don't know, they could be selfish in those ways, and they're known to just be that way. I don't know. Very organized, very in their way, very preppy, and if something goes out of order or not according to their plan, it's not worth their time, so they move on.
Which Virgo pissed you off? Let's hear it. I want to hear this shit. I just heard a whole bunch of shit.
All of the multiple Virgos I've had, that I've come across, that come to me towards my attention, and I was like, nah, I'm
We're not gonna name any names. Yeah,
there's so many Virgos. There's like at least 5 Virgos that I've come across that have come up to me, and that we also mutually all know, besides you, Kid Pro.
We're not gonna name them.
Yeah. But we're not gonna name them. But they do that. I don't know if there's a difference between
just come off as selfish,
damaged Virgos and regular Virgos, just as damaged Leos and regular Leos. But I guess I've come across the damaged Virgos, and maybe that's probably damaged me on that view of them when it comes down to that, or damaged my view on them, I guess. But those are how the damaged Virgos are. They want to have control over the situation, or you, or whatever, or how they even talk to you. No, I want to talk to you today, but I'm not ready. I'm gonna leave you on red. And then I'm going to hit you up like 3 days, and I'm going to be like, yo, what's up? That's what Virgos do. That's a Virgo. He's laughing.
Yo, has this happened to you?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
That's a Virgo. And then they'll be like, yo, and then when they see me in person, they'll be like all on me, or try to be all on me. And I'm like, bro, can you just back the fuck up? Like, first of all, you didn't hit me up. I hit you back up when you hit me up, right? And then you left me on red for like 3 days, and you want me to hit you up consistently? You want me to give you that? Nah, I'm good. And then you want to be all up on me when I'm there. I know what you're looking for. Like, I'm not. Those are the Virgos that have come. They want the intent, but then the heart's not there, or you know what I'm saying? Like, they have other things in mind, and if it's not in their way or in how they like it, it's like, boom. I don't know. That's just the Virgos I've come across. Jesus. And then the female Virgos are just the same way, but with men. They leave them on red. I don't want to give it too much attention. He's getting too much.
You know what? That
don't leave him on red. I'm like, girl.
That.
But want him?
I can attest. I used to date a Virgo. Yeah, Virgo woman. Yeah, female. And yeah, I can see that. Yeah, like, just wasn't all there at times. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Virgos with Virgos, I don't know if that's a good mix.
Virgos with Virgos? No, I can't see that it would be.
With just like Leos with Leos. I mean, they say it's a good mix because we have passion and heart, and it would be all good.
Okay, so you're a Leo.
But Leos with Leos, yeah, I am. Leos with Leos is just, we'll always try to outshine each other. It'll be a competition. So it's like, get away. And I dated Leos, and we've both been flashy and walked in a room together. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, we both would come in out of a motorcycle and shit. I'm like, yo, what's good?
I don't want to be no goddamn competition.
No,
like, I don't want to do that.
I didn't want to do that, right. But I'm just saying, like, that's how I felt.
It's the natural
like vibe that you guys give off, I guess.
Huh.
What is your logo, or...
You mean sign?
Yeah, like, how does his sign look?
The Virgo sign?
Yeah, the Virgo.
It looks like a fucking weird ass M.
A little M?
Like a weird M? I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know.
But what is your animal? What is your spirit?
Things.
I don't know how to say it.
I'm looking it up now, but I don't see anything about it.
Fine. Look, I mean, as far as Virgos,
I know that
I have good traits and bad traits for Virgos. I'm trying to be
all
like
I'm saying is that I saw
here.
something about crazy and evil, okay? And you were right in the middle. That's all I got to say. That's what it said. Even online agrees.
Just me?
Virgo. In the middle. And it said crazy and evil. And it had...
Ain't the Gemini the same thing? Like two people?
That's Gemini, yeah.
No. It wasn't your logo. I'm just saying that people had... There was something that I saw on a post
Virgo's
online.
Virgo's get a bad rap.
I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. It is a weird M.
It's a weird looking
Insert
M, right?
here in the video portion.
It's an M and like a fish?
And fish is what you are?
No,
that's
a
Aries.
Cancer's a crab. I know.
You got the fucking crab hands thing.
Virgo animal.
This is a hell of an episode.
As I'm typing it in, I'm like, as I'm typing it into fucking thing.
This is a hell of a fucking episode, I'm telling you. We going off the rails like a motherfucker here.
Oh, it says maiden. That's what the M is for. Maiden.
Maiden.
Are you a maiden?
I'm not a maiden. It's not.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, no.
I know she's a half horse, half human.
Man.
With the arrow.
Centaur, whatever that shit is.
Fuck a bitch up.
Sagittarius thing. I'm a Leo, so I'm a lion.
Yeah, no, we got that.
Plain ass bitch. You a lion.
Hear me roar. What's
You're
up?
You're not a maiden or a half horse, half man.
I'm a lioness. Lioness go after they prey. What's up?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's what y'all do. Okay. All right.
It's so funny, like when we're out together or like at work or some shit, fucking she'll get into the sign thing. And I'm like, oh, God. Or I'll be walking past and I hear like, and Sade's Sagittarius. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And I stop. I'm like, what are y'all talking about now? What's going on?
Because the other people ask me what my sign are at work. And I'm like, oh, I'm a Leo.
Or no, you point it out. People normally don't ask you. You just be like, oh, you're a Cancer, aren't you? I've seen you do that plenty of fucking times.
So true.
What sign are you?
You're a Cancer.
Y'all be doing that shit. Like, y'all really know about me. I guess, well, you sound like you got a lot of experience with Virgos. But I don't know.
I have experience.
My bad.
I guess the experiences with Virgos, but I think I have experiences with, every when you date, you meet signs, whatever. It is what it is, but you just happen to cross those signs, you know?
What I will say, though, about me from what you mentioned, I do feel like at times I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I do feel like at times that I would like for things to go as planned. I'm okay with freestyling at a moment's notice. Mm-hmm. Like just, what's the word? Oh, my God. Come out of blank. But, yeah, just taking over if stuff changes. But I'd rather the stuff go as planned.
You mean like improvise?
Improvise, yes, that's the word. Thank you. Yeah, so I can improvise if I have to, but I would rather that things go as planned. And when they don't go as planned, I tend to get a little flustered. Well, not to a point where it can ruin my day, although sometimes it has, depending on the plan. But I can definitely see that, what you're saying right there. In a relationship, do I like to be in control and have things be my way or the highway? No, that's never been my thing, because I know it's a 50-50 type deal.
No, well, not in a relationship, but I guess getting to know a female. Has it been that way? Or is it only been that way with the people you don't take seriously?
The people I don't take seriously?
Before you had your significant other.
Talking.
When you were single.
In the talking stages. Yeah. Okay. No. I
want to take it to your single days.
No. It's 50-50. It's always been 50-50 because you have to care about what the other person's thinking.
Yeah,
that's just as important.
That's true.
So I know it's not gonna go anywhere if it's just me all the time. Making decisions and shit. That's not gonna go anywhere.
Right.
So I can't imagine it going to the point past talking if I'm acting like that. So no, I was never like that.
So what do you feel would make a person that way? For, in a sense, a regular man, per se?
I guess just not having respect for the other person. Not thinking of them as an equal, I guess. Or not even as an equal, just not giving them the proper respect they deserve.
Do you think it's an internal battle as well, and a projection?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just me being, I don't know if it's me being a Virgo, but there's always an internal battle.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the scenario of another man in general. What would make him not respect a female or not give her worth? I think it could be an internal issue as well. Right. Could
be internal issue. Could be something in his past, with parents and stuff. His environment. There's always stuff like that leads to that issue, or is a catalyst to the issue.
Yeah, they always say you got to be taught how to love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. No matter what sign, no matter what you are, at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're leaving horoscope talk.
That's exactly what it is. It's. Yeah. That's what I was basically saying, is that. I get. At the end of the day, all of us have troubles, all that stuff. But what makes it different is how we handle it and how we project it. And a lot of men tend to do that when it comes down to getting to know females nowadays, because it's easy. It's just a swipe right on Tinder.
Oh man, we went back to now. We're back to relationships now. It's
a swipe right on Tinder or something. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so.
Millennial dating.
No, it's not. It's never that. It's just at the end of the day, it's just a quick hi and bye. There's no effort.
Yeah.
So oh yeah, we'll talk, we'll hang out once, and that's it. And boom, you know, whatever it is after, and that's fine, that's cool. But communicate. But a lot of us don't tend to do that, and I think we're in the age where the communication is kind of like, you know, distancing or not really being there at the end of the day.
Well, no, I think that's based on character.
Mm-hmm.
That's based on the person, if they communicate or not. I don't think it really necessarily has to be like a millennial thing, because I'm pretty sure back then it wasn't even a thing for husbands to talk about their feelings to their wives.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with generational shit. It's more
I'm not saying it does.
The person itself. No, I know, and I'm just saying it has nothing to do with like the swipe right thing. That's my point.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with that. It's just how people are. And you can't, and just the way you're looking at them, like, and we've talked about this before, like, you're looking at them like, I want you to tell me, like, okay, what are we doing, this and that, and they're looking at you like, why are you talking so much? Kind of thing. Like, let's just let it be, but then you want to communicate.
But this is the thing that I was talking to Doug about, which I met at the bar recently. He's a bar regular. He told me that back in the day, what we were talking about earlier in the episodes, is that in his time, it was a lot different. He said, we actually had to work to ask a female out on a date. Yeah. Over here, on your end, I don't see any of that. I'm like, thank you.
That's going back to generational.
That's my point.
Oh.
I don't have that now.
No.
And that's I'm old school. That's what I like, period. That's how I was raised, and that's it. So that's his point. Doug was like, I had to work for that stuff. When we were out, we were always going out onto ice skates and stuff. I went up to a female, I had to tap her on the shoulder, and then I had to, you know, awkwardly try to get her number. And then we would work on it privately, the fellas. Mm-hmm. We don't have that now. I was like, thank you. That's my point. And he was like, exactly. So where is the respect? Where is the worth? I didn't work hard enough to get you. Mm-hmm. I could just text you. I'm like, exactly. And that's what it is. And he's like, I just found out about Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
He's like 70 years old. It was a great time. He's from Florida and he's a veteran. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the realism I'm looking for. And I don't have that. That's my point. And that's what I try to get out of people that I talk to. Like, yo, loosen up a little bit. Let's have more talks. Let's chill. Mm-hmm. Let's hang out. Why do we have to always text?
Right.
That's when it comes to the millennial.
There's no realism. Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I'm looking for. That's not too much. That's not too hard to ask. It's just so.
No, you're asking a lot when it comes to people who are wired that way.
Exactly.
It's not because you're also a millennial.
Yeah, but I'm not wired on my phone like that. I would.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about millennials.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to ban that fucking word. It's not about that. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. People are they're wired differently today. Yeah, exactly. So not everybody is wired that way, but some people, like, they're attached to their phones. They're attached to like being like wanting to hide and wanting to do like things like in a new way. But I mean, I can't really speak so much for dating because I haven't dated in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't dated with the use of my phone.
So exactly.
That's why I'm able to talk on that topic, because it's so true. I'm like, it's crazy. And the fact that I spoke to Doug, who's like older than that, and all the other older people that said that too. Like, there's no realism on that, and I agree. But
times is different. Times is gonna keep changing.
For sure.
It's a digital age. That's just how it goes.
And that's what I'm saying. At 25, I'm trying to play catch up. I'm like, oh snap, I'm feeling it. Well, people are saying that it's just started, right?
I guess if you want to say, yeah. I mean,
no, it's been going on for because there are people that I know, like, that are older than us that are still technically, I guess, like, you know, the fucking millennials and shit. And then there's still, it's just about how you're wired. It doesn't matter when you were born. It's just how you're wired. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there are people who don't necessarily know how to, like, edit videos or edit audio, shit like that. But they know how to do other things. And then if they meet somebody and they're like, what did you just say to me? Like, I'll have a conversation with a friend of mine about what I do. The camera just died. Oh, well, whatever. I'll have a conversation with a friend of mine about, like, what I do. And she's looking at me. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're mad. All of a sudden, I turned industry overnight to her. She's like, that's mad music shit. I don't know what you're talking about. And Like, I get that. So it's just like how people are just what they're accustomed to and how they're wired.
Right.
So that shit happens.
Going back to what I said before.
What happened?
I had a question for Val. So,
yeah.
Virgo, the best sign or the greatest sign? Thoughts?
You're definitely not the best or the greatest.
I don't know.
Not according to Val.
I think you guys have good qualities, like everybody does. You guys are human. I'm just saying that the damaged Leos can have good intent, but just horrible things after, repercussions after, and may not thought it through after,
What's next on the docket?
Yeah, what is next on the docket? Let's move on from this Virgo.
Alrighty, we are back. We're back. Go ahead, do your we're back.
Back.
And we're back.
There you go.
Won't it?
All right.
Let's get into that breakdown, lyrical breakdown.
Lyrical breakdown.
Oh, before we do real quick.
Sorry.
So congratulations to Meg Thee Stallion for signing to Rock Nation.
Right. Yeah, congrats.
That's
Big
a huge deal.
her.
A huge fucking deal. And she talked about like her mom. I think it was her mom passing. That is
right,
man, congrats.
I know that. No.
Yeah, she like just saying like how far she's come.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have it saved. But it's just like such a big deal. And it's good to see like, yeah, she's not the typical, she's like, after my mom passed, I promised myself I was going to keep going hard because not only is music my dream, but it was her dream for me too. I have days where I want to go hide and cry because she's not here, but I know that ain't what she would want me to do. I know she's proud of me. She definitely is.
Go ahead,
she definitely
girl.
is. And it is pretty dope. And even somebody had tweeted, there's a blog that I follow, and they tweeted like, what is it called? 2019, shout out to the hip hop junkie. 2019 was owned by Dreamville, Hot Girl, Meg, The Baby, and Griselda. But Rhapsody and what is it, Corday?
YBN Corday.
Corday, right? Corday dropped the best rap albums this year though. So I just wanted to ask you guys that. What do you guys feel?
YBN Corday, best rap album. And who else? Rhapsody,
Rhapsody.
yeah. I don't know. YBN Corday dropped a strong, solid debut album. But
yeah, I don't know.
Nothing to be considered an album of the year.
I wouldn't call it like
right.
Yeah.
Rhapsody's. That one's really good.
A strong contender for
that strong contender.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the year's not up yet, but damn.
I mean, there's so much shit that drops like you fucking forget. But nah, I wouldn't consider that album of the year. Rhapsody definitely up there with album of the year as far as hip hop goes. Probably as far as music goes, but
right.
Yeah, but is. Corday. I mean, for a debut album to say that was I don't know 100%. It was a solid fucking project. I know that, and it was amazing.
Oh, dude killed it.
It was definitely it was good, and
that's like number one.
It brought him up. It brought a lot of attention to him, but I don't know if it's the best.
Nah, there's so many others. I mean, we can go back and make a list of all the shit that came out this year and rank it. And it might
but if you think about it, what really, because my perception of time is off, what really came out this year?
That's tough. Off the top of my head, I really can't think of much because there's so much that comes out every week. Like the first thing that came to mind when you were talking before was like Rick Ross, just because I know we talked about it before.
Oh, yeah.
Like Little Brother, right. Like what else?
Little Brother. Little Brother.
Drake came out with an album.
Well, no, that was the Care Package. That was.
Oh no, that wasn't a real. Yeah, like, that shit was old as hell.
Chris Brown came out with a couple albums this year.
That's what I was just thinking of too.
On the.
Bryson's and all.
Well, shit, Chris Brown, that fucking album, that's like 5 albums.
Daniel Caesar came out with an album this year.
So are we talking
Anderson
about
.Paak
album of? No, we're talking about rap.
Okay.
So.
No, I'm thinking about all the other people, like just mad dudes fucking.
Or music in general.
I was talking music
in general. That's a lot. No, but we're talking because the tweet says rap albums.
Yeah,
okay,
rap albums.
That's why.
Like Freddie Gibbs, Currency.
Freddie Gibbs. Yeah.
Like, there's mad other projects that dropped.
Then we'll revisit that because I think that tweet was just today.
Nas.
Yeah, that tweet was just today, or yesterday. We'll revisit that one.
Dreamville.
So many fucking dudes.
Dreamville, definite. Okay, we got to revisit that.
I'm just saying.
Or like maybe towards the end of the year, we'll talk about it in private and be
so
like, okay.
Talk about, rap albums, like there's just so many.
And there's still more time. Push has to drop something.
Well, by December we can make that determination, right?
No, definitely. We'll do like a year-end
definitely
type shit.
Do that.
Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt. Because right now it's just too hard to tell. But to name those two,
but Rhapsody, so far, sure. Rhapsody for sure. I don't know about a Corday.
Right.
Yeah, just not.
No.
Not feeling it as a top contender. But it's up there.
All right. Into our lyrical fix breakdown.
Going to it now. All right.
Who wants to go first?
Whoever.
No, you go ahead.
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I guess I'll go first. I was gonna quote I got some niggas that still owe me an apology. I'ma be the bigger man just like I always be eventually, but right now that's hard for me. I'm dreaming violent, I can't tolerate disloyalty. So when I see you, I'ma see you, won't know that day coming. I pray that on that day you slip and say something. I never fantasized by murder, but I'm still sane. But I can't seem to fantasize this murder. Oh no, about murder, but I'm still sane.
You're doing so good.
No, yeah.
You was flowing.
Right. But that album is that verse was from the J. Cole album, and I think it's from one of his verses from The Cutoff. And I think that's when he was basically saying there's a lot of people out there, friendships, a lot of energies, family, that's going to betray you, that you're going to expect a lot from, and that at the end of the day, don't expect anything from them. So I think that's what I took from that. I never fantasize by murder because I'm still sane, but I'm going to leave that to the Lord, basically. I'm going to leave that to him because that's not even up to my ability or my power to even say that I want to do harm unto you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to eventually get that through karma or through whatever energy. So I feel like everybody can relate to that verse because I feel like everybody out there has gone through some hardship or some betrayal or some pain or some kind of thing where, like, I send you money and I expect that money back, but you're not giving it to me kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's that kind of betrayal, but it's all right. I'ma see you when I see you. You feel me? And then when you say something, I got you. Like, what's up? So yeah, that's what I took from it, and yeah, that's my thing.
Okay. I like that. You want to go or should I go?
You go.
I think you got it on your phone.
Oh, you need it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah. So my verse was from Little Brother from their first album, The Listening. It was a song called Speed, and this was the verse that Fonte dropped on that song.
I forgot which group it was in. Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, let me see it.
Go ahead.
This is going off this. Yeah. Another day to face. I'm sharecropping in this paper chase. Take a deep breath and clear my database. This afternoon, I'm talking shit to my alarm clock because I got to face this world of capitalistic onslaught. Don't stop when I jump in the whip, trying to get it off. Beltline got me rushing like Baryshnikov, pushing 80 miles an hour to this call center, trying to pick up a check I only see 20% of until the weekend. It sound crazy when I'm saying it, but sleepless nights got me forgetting what day it is. Until my son 2 days without speaking, looking for reasons to keep my head from going off the deep end. I take this shit personally. I'm making moves, but this treadmill lifestyle ain't working for me. It's from your crib to the lab to your job to make a profit, and at the end of the day, still ain't got nothing accomplished. It's just the way it's going down, but on the real, yo, I think I need to slow it down. So yeah, that song is called Speed, and basically just got me not introduced, but was my introduction to Little Brother, but got me back in love with hip hop again because it was finally hearing a verse from someone that just like was letting me. I was feeling how I was feeling because at the time I was working a call center job where I was like, this is some bullshit. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? And everything he was going through, I was going through too. And I'm like, I connected so much with that fucking verse. And I just became an instant fan of not only Little Brother, but Fonte, Ninth Wonder, Big Pooh.
Yeah, Fonte.
Just everything. Just solidifies him as like one of my favorite MCs. That's one of my favorite verses, hands down. So that, to me, was like a big fucking song for me. So yeah, Speed, Little Brother, Fonte, the shit.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I respect that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, man.
Positivity all around.
That's right.
What about you, Sade? What you got?
Let's bring it home.
Let's bring it. Oh.
So yesterday, well, more specifically, I think the day, September 16th or the 15th, was the anniversary of Kid Cudi's Soundtrack to My Life. And that album, I mean, Kid Cudi in general, especially during that time, and he's influential to a lot of people, but, like, you know, everybody has their stories, but he got me through some dark times for sure. And I thought about, you know, the Soundtrack to My Life joint and looking at it So I was gonna go with like the chorus or maybe some of the words, but then I saw this one going through Genius. I saw this one like a couple lines where it thought about like how it affects me now compared to like, and it's funny like thinking about like how the song affected me back then and now this new part affects me today. And like, you know, it says I try and think about myself as a sacrifice just to show these kids they ain't the only ones who up at night. So I mean, the part where he just says like I try and think about myself as a sacrifice, I see it in the way of like how I try. And you know, Val was talking about me being what's it called, like the uplifter?
Yeah, the enhancer. She uplifts.
I'm everybody's blue pill. Cool. But it's the way like I try to, I mean, I've gotten like, listen, like we get it. Like I've had artists like outside the show will talk about it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And people are like, listen, we love it. We love what you do for us, but don't kill yourself. So just reading that part, and I mean, well, I forgot how fucking old I was when this shit dropped. Oh wait, I was 16. 10 years ago. I just realized I was 16, 17, and thinking about like, oh, I didn't know really that much about sacrifice. Besides, like, you know, whatever I had sacrificed back then and the shit that I was going through then, but now I'm like learning a whole new, I guess, my own definition of sacrifice, where, you know, like I'm like, people don't see behind the scenes what I do to make the show happen and like what I want to accomplish and what I want to do. Like, and I say it all the time, like if people want like, oh, like when are you going to perform? I'm like, it's not even about me. Like my show is not a platform that I built for myself. It's for you guys. So I'm not like, I don't go into every show like, I'm going to perform. It's not even really like that. So I thought that was interesting. Because my original one was I've got some issues that nobody can see. Is the chorus. And all of these emotions are pouring out of me. I bring them to the light for you. It's only right. This is the soundtrack to my life. Yeah. That one always got me. Ooh, the chorus came on. What? Screaming.
Yeah, Man on the Moon is one of the dopest.
Man on the Moon is my shit. Yeah, Man on the Moon. Even like that, the project, the mixtape before it.
Oh,
that was 08. Mm-hmm. Right. No. Man on the Moon was a tape, too.
I like that a lot. Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, it was another mixtape was talking about.
A Kid Named Cudi. A Kid Named Cudi. It was A Kid Named Cudi was first, then Man on the Moon. Those were two tapes, and then Soundtrack to My Life, I think technically is the debut. Because Heart of the Lion is on there, and that's from his tapes.
Heart of the Lion.
Is that what it was called? The debut album? I thought Man on the Moon was the name of the album.
Wait, let me see.
We
no, yeah, I mean it's Kid Cudi. I'm definitely fucking researching this and fact checking.
Like, what?
I have a friend that looks like Kid Cudi. Literally.
You do?
Yeah.
I was bumping the Kid Cudi mixtape, Kid Named Cudi, and my car broke down. I always remember every time I hear that fucking song, I think about my car breaking down. Middle fucking Route 80. Just shit it out on me.
I will never forget the time that my car broke down after I saw The Conjuring. I fucking bugged out. I was like, and it wasn't even my car broken down. My muffler fell off, and I looked in the back seat in the rearview mirror. I was like, you know, like I thought it was.
You're right. You're right. I got you got that. Yeah, you're right. It is because I know A Kid Named Cudi, but damn, I swore I thought he had another tape.
I would rather that. I would rather Man on the Moon. Yeah, my car broke down. Man on the Moon. I would rather fucking that.
Those are my pothead days. Oh my God. All you need is some Kid Cudi and a fucking spliff. Like, you were good.
No, that's what's up.
Well, I was good.
Now I got to revisit that Cudi album too. 10
yeah,
years.
I think I'm on my way home tonight. Yeah. I'm going to do that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not much of a lyrical breakdown. But it was just one of those things that... And I was kind of mad I missed it. I didn't even think about it. And then I saw today, well, on the 16th, it was like, I like one day ago, a post about Kid Cudi's thing making 10 years. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, damn, I remember when that shit dropped. And then talking about how his father passed, that's always like struck a chord with me too. And then I think that's in the same verse as the one I first said. But yeah, that whole album was just amazing. and it brought me back. And then it's just funny how it brought me back to then brought me forward, like present. Like, oh, I'm actually doing that.
What is he doing these days?
He has an album coming out soon. That's why that's another one I forgot earlier. Something about galactic, intergalactic. I forgot.
I've heard nothing on that.
Yeah, I seen like a little blurb about it, and I was just like, oh, that's weird. Like it's just something where real quick somebody said about it. I'm not entirely sure if it's true or not, but because I didn't, But he said he was working on music with Kanye.
Okay, Kanye's been busy, huh?
He don't sleep.
Okay, so that was our little lyrical breakdown. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen to the Lyrical Fix. Mm-hmm. And again, we are on Audio Mac. Talking
about car breaking down and shit.
Spotify, YouTube.
So why do you always point? I always wondered when you start pointing, it's like, do you want us to say the next one? Because I'm depending on you guys to say it. So then why? So just let him say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but she keeps going, and it's like, sorry, gonna keep going.
Automac sounds like a ghetto ass car park store.
Automac sounds like Pep Boys.
What are the
come to Automac
spots you see in Jerome?
Automac.
Or we stay in Jersey. You see that shit in Patterson. So yeah, you can find us on and subscribe. Find us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Blow Podcast, fucking app, Audio Mac, and
Anchor.
For a second I thought I said auto. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
no, because you got that shit stuck in my head.
That's how I am in my head with that. I'll be like audio, but I'll be like I hear auto.
And Anchor, and then YouTube. Yes,
YouTube as well.
We're getting the videos down. And then we'll reconvene in a few more days.
This is an interesting episode. This is very interesting. We try to come into it with topics. We kind of started all over the place. This was interesting.
Yeah, this was interesting.
Yeah. And we have no fucking name.
Oh shit, we don't.
We'll figure it out.
No, don't do that. Don't do that again. Don't try to go down that road again.
We're not doing a figure out thing. No, there's already, bro. You just took the entire thing off.
This is the type of episode we have right now.
Typo.
There you go, man.
Thank you.
Leave it there.
Thank you. I'm gonna leave right there. Yeah. This has been the Lyrical Fix Podcast.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.